Okay, students, in MBA fourth semester, that is in marketing specialization, that is sales and distribution management part. Today we are going to deal a very important topic, that is evaluation of sales people or sales force. Okay, in this we have to know, we have to learn that as we have studied earlier about the processes of sales, the training of sales, the recruitment of sales, we have studied about the compensation methods, designing of compensation methods, that how compensations would be, what types of compensation would be designed on the basis of which they get the compensation or remuneration or salaries. Okay, now today we are going to deal with the evaluation of salespeople. That is a very important part. In this evaluation, it helps in the control of sales force. Okay, in the evaluation part, after the evaluation, it helps in the controlling, that what are those factors on the basis of which we are going to control the sales force. So it is very much necessary, because the sales force activities are only related in the market. They don't have any work functions inside the internal boundary of an organization. They have to move anyhow, they have to move outside the internal boundary or outside the boundary of an organization, where they find various types of customers, whether the customers might be B2B or whether the customers might be B2C. So in this, a sales manager, it is very much necessary for a sales manager needs to know how his sales people are performing in terms of achieving their sales targets and carrying out other tasks like providing technical backup to customers. He identifies the weak areas of performance of each salesperson and then provides incentives to improve performance in those areas. If a salesperson is weak in opening new accounts, he is provided incentive for each new account that he opens. He tries to identify strengths and weaknesses of each salesperson. He assigns tasks to individual salespeople in ways that allow them to capitalize on their strength. He arranges training programs to take care of their weaknesses. Okay, so it should be very much necessary for a sales manager to evaluate their sales persons. Okay, if they are not knowing that how the evaluation would be done, then it should be very much tough for a sales manager to deal with those sales activities or to generate results for the organization. Ultimately, the responsibility and accountability for generating the revenue goes to the sales manager only. Okay, so it is the duty, it is the responsibility of a sales manager to look upon the sales people, and how they are going to look upon, they are going to look upon while evaluating, and those evaluations are being done on two bases. The evaluation of salespeople are done on two bases. The first is what? Quantitative measure of performance, and the other one is what? Qualitative measure of performance. Okay, in the quantitative measure of performance, we have to, the entire evaluation of salespeople are being judged, are being evaluated on the basis of their performance. And there are two types of performances which should be evaluated. Those are, number one, the number one is what? Quantitative measure of performance. That on the basis of the quantity we are going to check the performance. This quantitative measure of performance of evaluation for sales people are being based on two ways. That is, number one, based on output, that how many number of sales or profit or sales per customer and a number of new customers signed up, or the number of new customers are being generated. Okay, that is known as what? It is being based on the output. And the other one is based on input. That is what? Number of calls made, or calls per customer, or calls on new customers and the number of prospective customers visited. Okay, so this is what the very next important point, that is based on input, which is where we have to find out the number of calls made, that how many number of calls are being made. The other one is what, calls per customer, how many calls per customers are being made, or calls on new customers, how many number of new customers are being called, and the number of prospective customers visited, how many number of customers have visited. So these are what, all these are being based on the quantitative, where we have to calculate the output as well as the input. Okay, most of the companies fix target for quantitative measures, and then they compare the performance of their salespeople against the targets. The process helps the companies to identify the weaknesses and strength of each salesperson. Sales managers should probe deep to know as to why a salesperson is not achieving his targets, and then take appropriate corrective measures. For example, a salesperson may not be signing up enough number of new accounts because he is not making enough number of calls on prospective customers and making too many of them on existing customers. Exactly. So meet more here, the criteria or the fundamental or the funda which works in the quantitative measure of performance, that is meet more and sell more. Okay, so this is what the first evaluation criteria, that is quantitative measure of performance. The other important criteria of evaluation of salespeople is qualitative measure of performance. Okay, in this qualitative measure of performance, what is being, we have to look upon, we have to judge the performance of a salesperson on the basis of their quality. Those are on the basis of the sales skills. The very first qualitative performance evaluation is on the basis of sales skills. Okay, that is what, making presentation and asking questions on to unearth customers. Okay, requirements and active listening. This is very much necessary, that how kind of sales skills do you have developed, on the basis of which you do have the capability, the patience to ask questions to those customers who have unearthed, okay, whom we don't have find out. So, and find out their requirements, as well as we have to have the caliber, the capability, the potential to listen to our customers. That is what the first evaluation criteria, that is sales skills. The other one is what, customer relationship management. Exactly. Do customers trust company salesperson or not? How strong your trust, you have built the trust with the customers, and that should be identified, that should be recognized from the feedbacks taken from the customers, the rankings which should be given by the customers. Okay, the third one is what, product knowledge. This is a very important qualitative measure of performance, that a salesperson do have detailed knowledge of company's products and those of its competitors. Both the salesperson do have the knowledge of both the company product, they should have enough confidence when they present the product or service in front of the customers, so that the customers will feel confident enough. Okay, if you are showing your confidence, then only your customer will feel confidence and they are willing to purchase your products. And the other important point is what, managing self. As are salespeople able to organize their routes and plans their sales calls, where we have to look upon whether these salespeople are able to manage their sales territories or sales calls or not, whether they are managing themselves properly or not. That management themselves is a very important task, is a very important routine, or a very important, we can say that, a learning criteria or a part of theirs. Okay, and the fourth one is what, attitudes. Thus, as salespeople keen to take initiatives or are they content to follow orders? Okay, so this is what initiatives, with the help of this we are going to generate the initiative part, where we have to learn that whether the sales people do have follow their own routines, whether they will take initiatives to promote the products by themselves, or they just follow the orders which are being directed them from the upper ladder. Okay, so a company should create linkages between quantitative and qualitative measures. For example, if a sales person is generating low sales per customer, his sales manager should carry qualitative assessment of his selling skills and product knowledge. A sales manager should be able to assess if an individual salesperson is likely to successfully close a deal that he has been pursuing. Such an assessment will enable him to pitch in if he concludes that the salesperson is unlikely to get the customer's order. One way to know whether a salesperson will win an order or not is to directly ask the salesperson whether he believes that he will be able to close the sales successfully. But most sales people do not let the sales manager know that they are faltering when they are asking directly about their chances to win an order. Therefore, a salesperson should ask a series of questions to develop deep into how deal is progressing and make a judgment from answers that he receives. A statement like the customer has asked for product demonstration reveals that sales process is proceeding in the right direction. But a statement like the customer likes the product does not reveal if the sales process is moving at all. A sales manager should seek specific and detailed answers. A salesperson is likely to win an order if his responses are assured and credible, and he is likely to lose an order if his responses are thin and unconvincing. The sales manager will join the salesperson in soliciting the customer if he is convinced and the salesperson cannot do it alone. The sales manager will be more proactive and diligent in doing so if the customer is likely to bring large amount of revenues, and also if the salesperson is otherwise valuable to the organization. Okay, so this is what about the entire, if we talk about this, then the entire part of sales process, the evaluation part is being done here. Okay, and in this, what are those standards which we do also have to learn about the evaluation process. There is a sales evaluation process also. These are the evaluation measures. What are those measures which we have to develop? Those are the quantitative and qualitative. Okay, and as well as with respect to this, the evaluation of salesperson is also being done on the basis of what? On the basis of their evaluation process, and this evaluation process includes 4 steps. Okay, those steps are what? Number 1, setting sales force standards. First of all, what we have to do, we have to set the sales force standards, that what are their standards, that is related to their targets, that how many number of calls or how many number of products or revenue they have to generate or they have to sell. That is what the setting sales force standards. The other one is what? Measuring actual sales force performance. It means we have to measure the actual sales force performance, that what is the actual. If suppose we have said that in a month a salesperson should have to sell around 10 products, okay, then that is being set, earlier standard is being set. In the next phase, in the next step, what we have to do, we have to evaluate, we have to measure the actual sales performance or the sales force performance. That is, we have to look upon that how many number of sales are being made by the salesperson. Let's see that if the salesperson have sold only 4 or 5 or 6, that we have to, and we have to compare. In the third step, we have to compare the actual performance with standards which we have set, and at the last we have to take corrective deviations and taking follow-up actions. That we have to take the corrective parts and the deviations on the basis of which we are going to deal that. Okay, so here we have studied that, and now we have to learn about the methods also, that what are those methods that sales force, and after that the controlling is being done. Okay, after that what is being done after evaluation, the next important point which is being dealt, that is related to the control of sales force or the sales people. That, so what are those methods on the basis of which we are going to control the sales force? So those are, there are few parameters, there are few points on the basis of which we are going, after evaluation we are going to control the sales force. How we are going to do that? The number one is what? Establishing sales territories. Okay, we have to establish the sales territory, that at different territories different salesperson would be sent. Okay, next one is what? Allocating of sales quota. We have to allocate the quota, that this quota is being set to this salesperson, or this quota 10, 15, 20. These are what? The quotas, the number of quantities. Okay, next one is what? Maintaining continuous contact with salesmen. It is a very important part, that we have to be very much competent enough, capable enough to maintain a sound and a strong continuous contact with the salesperson. Okay, the next is what? Determining authorities and rights of salesmen. Exactly, we have to determine the authorities as well as rights of salesmen. The fifth one is what? Routing and scheduling salesperson. We have to route, we have to set the routes, and we have to set the schedules of sales personnel. Sixth one is what? Salesman's reporting. We have to report the salesman. Okay, and the seventh one is what? Complaint and objection notes. We have to put the complaint as well as the objection notes also, from where we are going to get the complaints as well as the objection points. Okay, eighth one is what? Analyzing sales expenses. We have to analyze the sales expenses also, from where we have to give the compensations or the transportations TA, okay, TA to the sales personnel, so that they can move out and meet more and more customers. Okay, ninth one is what? Observation and visits of field trips. This is a very important part, that how much observations as well as the visits or the field trips are being made by the salesperson. And the 10th very important point which should be considered in the controlling, that is providing materials and literature such as sales literature, sales manuals, visiting cards, order forms, showing small short films to teach the way to work and behave. Okay, so these are what the important factors which should be considered while the controlling of salesperson. Okay, students, so today we have learned a very important topic in sales and distribution management, that is the evaluation and controlling of salesperson or the sales force. Okay, thank you to all of you.